The Desire Transmutation. Turning urges into charisma through semen retention is a concept that bridges ancient wisdom, psychology, biology, and the modern search for deeper masculine power. To understand how raw desire can transform into something magnetic, you first have to recognize what desire really is. Desire is energy. It is not inherently good or bad. It is simply a concentrated form of life force that pushes you toward action. Most men, however, waste this energy by constantly releasing it, chasing quick pleasure, or numbing themselves with instant gratification. This cycle leaves them drained, unfocused, and restless, unable to channel their natural urges into anything higher. Semen retention offers a different path. It is not about repression, but about redirection. When a man chooses to retain, he is essentially telling his body and mind, "I am in control of my energy, not ruled by it." Over time, this shift transforms the same urge that once caused distraction into a powerful driver of confidence, focus, and charisma. Let's begin with the biological foundation. Semen is one of the most nutrient-dense substances the body creates. It contains zinc, selenium, magnesium, amino acids, and hormones essential for energy and brain function. Frequent release drains these resources and can lead to fatigue, weaker concentration, and unstable moods. When retention is practiced, the body reabsorbs and redirects these nutrients. Testosterone levels stabilize, and this hormone is strongly tied to confidence, assertiveness, and presence. Men with higher testosterone naturally project strength and dominance, qualities that others, especially women, unconsciously notice. This biochemical edge already explains part of why retention increases charisma. When your hormones support confidence, you simply radiate more authority without trying. Now let's look at psychology. Desire unchanneled becomes a restless force. It demands release, often leading to compulsive behavior, addictions, or wasted time. But when this same desire is contained, the brain is forced to find new outlets. This is the principle of transmutation, which great thinkers like Napoleon Hill described in Think and Grow Rich. He wrote about sexual energy as one of the most powerful creative forces in existence, capable of being redirected into genius, leadership, and charisma. When urges are not dissipated, they fuel higher ambitions. Your brain starts associating arousal not with quick release, but with action, whether that's building your career, working on your craft, or deepening your social presence. In this way, desire becomes a multiplier of focus and charisma. Charisma, at its core, is not about beauty or words. It is about energy transmission. People feel charisma more than they logically understand it. When a man walks into a room with contained, powerful energy, people turn to look. They may not know why, but they sense it. This is because retention creates an energetic field of confidence and magnetism. Your posture changes. Your eye contact becomes more steady. Your voice carries more resonance. Even your silence feels fuller, charged with energy. Women especially notice these shifts because their intuition is tuned to detect emotional and energetic stability in men. It is not something you consciously broadcast. It radiates naturally. The key to transmutation is direction. If you simply retain but do nothing with the energy, frustration can build. That is why semen retention must be paired with discipline and purpose. You need outlets where this extra energy can flow, whether into fitness, business, creativity, or spiritual practices. As you channel the energy upward, your aura strengthens. You stop being the man chasing validation and instead become the man building something larger than himself. Women sense this. They notice when a man is not distracted but fully engaged in his mission. That single-minded focus is charisma because it communicates purpose. Purpose is magnetic. From a neurological perspective, retention reshapes your dopamine system. Normally, constant release overstimulates dopamine receptors, leaving you numb and craving more stimulation. This weakens willpower and makes small challenges feel boring. Retention resets the brain's sensitivity to dopamine, making everyday accomplishments more rewarding. Suddenly, working out, reading, or completing tasks feels satisfying. This builds momentum. Purpose grows from the daily habit of turning small victories into big progress. People around you notice this momentum. It shows up as confidence in your walk, clarity in your eyes, and a sense of being fully alive. That liveliness is charisma. There is also a spiritual dimension. Across traditions, sexual energy has been described as life force, chi, or oyas. Taoist masters taught techniques of circulating this energy through the body to fuel vitality and awareness. Yogis describe brahmacharya, the redirection of desire into spiritual awakening. These traditions understood what science is now beginning to explain. Desire is raw creative energy. When wasted, it leaves you empty. When refined, It becomes charisma, leadership, and magnetism. This spiritual dimension explains why people often describe men on retention as glowing or radiating a unique energy. It is not metaphorical, it is perceptible. Another important element of desired transmutation is self-respect. When you master your urges, you respect yourself more. You are no longer at the mercy of impulse. This self-respect communicates itself in everything you do, the way you stand, the way you speak, the way you interact. Charisma is born from self-respect because others naturally respect those who respect themselves. Women especially notice this because respect for self translates into the capacity to respect and lead in relationships. A man who is needy and drained cannot offer stability. A man who retains and transmutes exudes stability. And stability is attractive. Retention also enhances presence. Most people are scattered, distracted, and restless. Their attention drifts from one stimulus to another. But when you conserve and redirect energy, your nervous system calms. You become more centered, able to focus deeply on whoever is in front of you. That focus itself is charisma, because in a world of distraction, giving undivided attention is rare. When you lock eyes with someone, especially a woman, and she feels your steady presence, she feels seen in a way few men can provide. That experience is unforgettable and magnetic. Silence becomes another tool of charisma. Many men talk too much to compensate for insecurity. But when your energy is strong, you do not need to prove yourself with constant words. Your silence is not empty. It is filled with presence. Others lean into it. Women find it especially compelling because it reflects confidence and control. Retention makes silence magnetic because the energy you would have dispersed remains within you, amplifying your aura. People feel it even when you say nothing. Transmutation also unlocks creativity. That same energy that fuels sexual desire is also the spark of imagination. Artists, inventors, and leaders throughout history have testified that channeling sexual energy into their work amplified their genius. By practicing retention, you give your mind more raw material to work with. Ideas come more as wholly. Solutions appear more naturally. Creativity itself is charisma, because people are drawn to those who express life force in unique ways. Women notice men who create, because creation is an extension of masculine vitality. Over weeks and months, the cumulative effects of retention and transmutation become undeniable. Your purpose grows clearer, your discipline sharper, your presence stronger. You begin to embody a man who is not pulled by urges but guided by vision. This embodiment is what creates charisma at the deepest level. Charisma is not a trick. It is alignment between inner strength and outer presence. Retention aligns you by conserving energy, and transmutation elevates you by channeling it. The result is magnetic stillness, radiant confidence, and undeniable charisma. Women notice because biology and intuition make them sensitive to energy. They are wired to sense stability, confidence, and vitality in men. When you radiate these qualities, you stand out. You no longer need to chase. Your presence draws them in. They notice your eye contact, your calm, your silence, your focus. They may not consciously say it is semen retention, but they feel the difference. And that difference is the essence of desire transmutation. In summary, turning urges into charisma through semen retention is about harnessing the most powerful energy you have and redirecting it into purpose, presence, and creativity. It begins with biological conservation, evolves through psychological redirection, expands into spiritual vitality, and manifests as social magnetism. Every urge you feel is fuel. Every time you choose retention, you choose to build rather than dissipate. Over time, that choice transforms you into a man of presence, power, and charisma. The desire that once distracted you becomes the fire that lights your path. Women notice, people notice, and most importantly, you notice yourself becoming the man you were always meant to be. Before we conclude, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and do not forget to drop your location in the comments. I love to know where you are watching from. And if you ever have any questions, join our Telegram channel where we interact directly and help each other grow. The link is in the description.